Okay, the year is 1813. That's almost 200 years ago. And there's a group of Indians and whites that form the Unicoi Turnpike Company. It was chartered in 1813. And they were chartered to build a wagon road through the Cherokee Nation from the upper Savannah River, near Toccoa, Georgia there, which is now Toccoa, over 2 ridges of mountains to the Little Tennessee. Now that's 150 miles, my gosh, we're talking about 1813. And they were going to go over with this turnpike. Now I'm talking about a wagon road. There was already a trail called Unicoi Trail. The Indians had for eons there, but they were going to build a trail to connect the Savannah River with the Little Tennessee River. Hooray, we're connected then. Well, they did it. And let me go back just a little. Remember 1813, what was happening? Okay, James Madison was the president. Anybody remember James? Anybody remember? Well, he was president, and there was something else big going on. Yes, it was. And by the way, I think this was a part of it, this idea of building a road there to connect, because they had a lot of Indian problems. Well, we won't get into all that. But anyhow, what had happened the year before after 18? Anybody remember what happened in 1814? There were two biggies. One, the British took over Washington, D.C. and burnt the White House. Yeah. And but we got even with them. At least old Andrew Jackson got even with him. He fought with his troops the Red Sticks, as they were called at the Battle of Horseshoe Bend in Alabama. So that gives you a period of time we're in when this turnpike was chartered. So it's an old thing. It took over 6 years to complete the Unicoi Turnpike, and it was born and reared in a tumultuous period of time, War of 1812, which, by the way, was over in 1815. Now you explain that. Well, anyhow, Towns County Historical Society is presently identifying and promoting preservation of remnants of the original turnpike in Towns County. Last November we sponsored Unicoi Turnpike Day, when we invited everybody to come and hike the pike, we said. We had a small section of the turnpike, 2 miles. Oh, let me see, it's a long section, isn't it?
No, yeah.
And he just went one way. But anyhow, it's fantastic. They call it the Wiley Road Remnant. It is a national treasure, folks, I'm telling you. And the National Forest Service, who owns the property, has finally agreed that they're going to work toward putting a trail down this 2 miles down from the Unicoi Gap down to the bottom of that particular remnant, as we call it. I want you to know that with the help of Don Shadburn and Jerry Taylor, our county historian. Hold your hand up, Jerry. There's our county historian. He and Don Shadburn have given us research that enabled us to find a certain important family of Cherokees living right there on the turnpike in Towns County, and then later were removed. Their name was Ward. Anybody ever heard of Nancy Ward? Well, they were kin, we think. Right, Jerry? You're the historian. And it's a big group of them. And later they moved on up, had to go right up the turnpike, like so many of them did. Therefore it should be a part of the Trail of Tears, we think. There are other groups, I'm sure, there that moved up it. But let me make this one point, and I'm going to sit down, Jeff, believe it or not. The turnpike in Tennessee Remember, it ran 150 miles through Georgia, a little bit of North Carolina, and Tennessee. The Unicoi Turnpike in Tennessee and in Georgia has been on the Trail of Tears list for years. And whatever, you know, certified as a part of the Trail of Tears. However, down here in Georgia, for whatever reason, they never put any of the Unicoi Turnpike on the Trail of Tears. And what we're trying to get you to help us promote is trying to get that part of the Turnpike, Georgia part or Towns County part or whatever we can do, certified as a part of the Trail of Tears. It should be, we think.